So we did this video about 4 weeks ago with Terry Crow. She was in a sling. She had a small rotator cuff repair. This is our update. She just got out of the sling, and so we wanted to kind of tell people where she is so that they can have an idea of where they will be at 6 weeks post-surgery. So Terry, give us a little idea of what you are feeling like. How's sleeping? How's moving? What are you feeling?
Up in here, where I had the surgery, of course, is still sensitive to touch. Like last night was my first night without the sling, so like if I turn over, it was still tender. Tender's the word.
Right.
It doesn't really hurt, it's just tender.
But you're sleeping flat in the bed?
Yes.
Okay. And you're getting your clothes on okay? You're
no problem.
Able to do your hair?
Mm-hmm.
What are you taking medication-wise for the pain?
I usually take a nighttime Aleve to help me sleep. And that's really all. If it's real tender in the morning, I'll take just a regular Aleve, but other than that.
And that's pretty standard. So at 6 weeks, this is when we start with something called active assistive range of motion. So the other thing that I wanted to show people today is what her active motion looks like. I will warn you ahead of time, I've looked at it already, and it's better than what most people are going to look like after a rotator cuff repair, mostly because, one, she's done it before, and two, she had a smaller tear, so it's not as difficult to regain the motion. So let me have you just raise your arms up overhead. You can see she's a little stiff in that arm, but generally her motion's pretty good. Good, come back down. And now, let me have you just go out to the side so people are going to see it in another plane. Good. And again, like I said, her range of motion is very good for somebody that's 6 weeks out of a rotator cuff.
It wasn't nearly this good on the other side.
Last time. Yeah, it will vary. So you can't really expect your motion to be this good. It's great if it is. The next thing we're going to show you is what her passive motion looks like, which is basically me stretching her and taking her through a range of motion. If you just had your rotator cuff repaired, you're 6 weeks out. Generally, we like for people to have full passive range of motion at this. All right, so what I want to do is I want to just show what Terry's passive range of motion is at this point. So we're going to take her into flexion. I'm going to get out of the way just so you can see it. But she can go straight overhead. Arm gets flat to the table. You can't really see her face, but she's a little uncomfortable there at end range. But she's got full motion. Back down into external rotation. Again, this is a little bit more of a struggle for people. She's not quite flat down to the table. She's got a little grimace on her face, but she's very, very close. And then internal rotation is excellent. I just wanted to make a little closing statement about what I showed you with Terry's range of motion today, both actively and when I take her passively down to the table. I expect my rotator cuff repairs, no matter the size, to typically be close to full range of motion by the end of the first 6 weeks. However, because Terry's tear and therefore her repair was not that large, her active range of motion has come back very quickly. She's not exactly a representation of all rotator cuff repairs because some struggle with her active range of motion more than she does currently. But that's a testament to her and the fact that she has had it done before. So keep that in mind. But the problems that she's having with reaching overhead, she's still not allowed to carry any weight or reach any weight overhead in her hand, is still accurate and a good depiction of where rotator cuff repairs are at this point, 6 weeks post-surgery. So I don't want to give people a false indication of what the reality is at 6 weeks post-rotator cuff repair. But hopefully this is helpful for people, and we will continue to follow her through the process up until 5 or 6 months when she is lifting weights and back to Nautilus equipment and essentially doing everything that she wants to do. Hopefully this was helpful. Keep sending your questions and feedback on the videos. It's been great, and we'll keep producing them.